Thank you all so much for joining us this afternoon to talk about boosting your recruiting and retention by providing a real estate CRM to the agents at your brokerage. Obviously, huge challenges with recruiting and retention, especially now, and I think even more so as we move into the coming months. And we want to talk about a few things today. First of all, I'll introduce myself. I'm going to stay off camera just because it makes it a little easier for you to stay focused, because I'm sort of a hand talker. You don't need me in the background. I'm Shannon. I'm the sales director here at IXACT Contact, and happy to have all of you joining us today. We're going to keep it short and to the point, just a 30-minute webinar today. So I appreciate that you've all taken that time out of your day to join me. What we're going to talk about are giving you an understanding of the impact that providing a real estate CRM on the brokerage level and how it can impact overall the brokerage success and profitability. I'm going to give you obviously an overview of IXACT Contact's real estate CRM solution, the features and differentiators. It is not a product demo today. In 30 minutes, I simply don't have time to cover the whole product. More talking about why it's so important to provide your agents with these key tools and technologies that will help them run their business. Feel free to throw anything in the chat or the Q&A throughout the webinar, and I will do my best to get to everything before the end of the session today. And I'm going to talk about our brokerage program, how that works, what IXACT Contact can provide for brokerages, and of course, a little bit about our implementation process and next steps if you are looking for a real estate CRM for your brokerage. As I said, there's so many growing challenges of agent recruitment and retention. Not all of these are new challenges, but they're coming up more and more. Agents are getting more sophisticated. They want more, and there's simply more competition. And then once you do hire those agents, they're not afraid to move. The company loyalty thing isn't necessarily that concept at the forefront. And agents will go where they feel they have the best chance to be successful and where they feel they're most supported by their brokerage. So, need to be competitive and finding what makes you competitive in a highly it makes you the most attractive brokerage in this highly competitive market. And it's not just the market of the home sale, it's the market of the agent wanting to be at specific brands and specific brokerages because they feel supported. Today we're going to be focused, there's all kinds of things in a brokerage that you can be doing to attract agents and then retain them. Today we're going to be focusing on CRM and why that's a key component of what brokerages should be providing. I'm sure you all are pretty aware of why, as a real estate agent, you need a CRM. Most of you, if you're running a brokerage, have some insight into why a CRM is important. A lot of you have run your own business in the past and may have had a CRM while doing that, or maybe you didn't and realized that you should have. CRM really is one of those key tools that's utilized by top agents. Active Rain did a study, it was the Rich Agent, Poor Agent study, that showed that using a real estate CRM was one of the key factors for the success of top performing agents. They asked them all kinds of questions, from what technology are you using to what's your lead gen strategy to what kind of car do you drive. And when it came down to key systems that they were using for their business, a real estate CRM was top. And things like email marketing, use of a monthly email newsletter were also wrapped into that technology and systems factor. The agents that were more successful were actually twice as likely as their less successful counterparts, rich agent, poor agent, to be using a real estate CRM. So, obviously just through this study, we're seeing that the agents that are more successful simply have more tools in place that help them systematize their business, that help them stay organized. And ultimately, we want to talk about sort of this shift from getting off the lead gen treadmill, and I'll dive more into that in a moment, and talk about building a referrals-based business. NAR did a home seller profile study, they do this periodically, and found that most people from this home seller profile study that they polled a number of home sellers, they found their agent through a referral or they were a repeat customer. They'd used the same agent they worked with previously. It was 3 times the number who found their agent from all other forms of marketing or advertising. But when they polled those same people again, 85 sorry, at the first part of the study, 85% of those people said, yeah, I would use the same agent again, I would recommend my agent to others. And when they polled them again, less than 25% actually did. Hey, throw it in the chat if you know the answer. I know the answer. It's because they forgot the agent's name. And it's not really the customer's fault, right? It's not really the client's fault. The agent has to stay in touch and stay top of mind. And what I'm trying to get at here is a real estate CRM is a key tool that will help agents stay in touch and stay top of mind with their past clients, with important referral sources. If they have reminders for who to follow up with at the right time, an intuitive keep in touch system that can also send out communication at the right time. Things like follow ups for move in anniversaries, monthly email newsletters that create that ongoing rapport and expertise in the industry. Those are the type of things that will help keep agents top of mind, keep floating them to the top of someone's inbox, make sure that they're the expert that those past clients, their prospects, their important referral sources think of when they think of all things real estate related. Um, Other benefits of using a real estate CRM for agents, they'll never again feel uncomfortable calling past clients because they don't know what to talk about. So, and I've talked to other agents and brokers that say that it's their mission that every time they talk to someone, they learn something new about them and then they make a note about it. And your real estate CRM stores all of that information. So when you go to make the next call, when your CRM reminds them to make that next phone call or send a handwritten note or wherever that touch point is, there's something that they remember about that person. Maybe it's just that in the last phone call, they mentioned that their daughter was getting married later in the summer. And perhaps the start of the conversation is, hey, when's the wedding? Oh, it's already happened. It was last week. It was marvelous. Or, whatever the conversation starter is. But now the client or the prospect feels really important because they feel like the agent remembers something about them personally. There's that little bit of selfishness, right? As a consumer, as people, it's human nature to want people to remember things about you. Agents will be able to earn a six-figure income while still having a life. Imagine being able to have your business systematized so that you don't have to manage your list and who you're following up with. Imagine a system that can tell you on a daily or weekly or monthly basis, these are the people you need to be following up with, while at the same time automatically sending them communication pieces that keep you top of mind. Doesn't that free up a lot of time to do more, not just with your business, but also give you some free time to do the things that the agents actually want to do outside of their real estate business, ultimately feeling more organized and in control? And of course, building a true business that agents could potentially sell to fund their retirement. And it's, in real estate, we kind of got a funny look sometimes when we say this at conferences or in presentations, and it's not out of the question. I've talked to an agent within the last 6 months who is doing exactly this. She's not ready to give her to sell her business on yet, but it's so organized because she's had it set up in a real estate CRM for so long with so many touch points and automations going on that she basically works part-time, 25 hours a week, if that. And she's earning six figures and plans to use this business, this book of business, to continue to fund her well into retirement. There's all kinds of other industries that do it. There's no reason real estate can't do it, but it's got to be organized in such a way that it truly has value because you've built that ongoing rapport, and then somebody else can just step into their shoes. The reason we want to talk about CRM as a key to driving sustainable broker profitability, it's your agents that drive the brokerage. And brokerages work well when salespeople do their jobs well. Brokerages make more money when agents consistently prospect, build relationships, get new listings, attract new buyers, close transactions, maintain relationships with past customers, and build their referral business. When salespeople follow good sales disciplines, brokerages grow, not just by growing the number of agents, but by growing your business exponentially. But when salespeople don't consistently prospect, close, and maintain relationships, brokerages fail. It's really that simple. So, what's one of the best ways that a brokerage can go back to basics and support their agents is to become the best, support their agents to become the best salespeople that they can be, is to help them with those key tools. Brokerages have come to the realization that one of the best investments they can make today is technology that supports sales excellence. And one of those technologies is customer relationship management, your CRM. Obviously, you still have to have your transaction management and your back office and things like that, but those are things that the brokerage needs. What do your agents need to then be able to feed things into that transaction management? And CRM really is the core of that. CRM is definitely become mainstream. Nearly 66% of respondents to there's a study done by the WAV Group that I'm going to highlight some stats from here. Nearly 66% of the respondents to that study were already offering one or more CRM solutions to their brokerage. And the study proved that CRMs generate business. 60% of the brokerages polled in this study believed that CRM software helped increase their revenue, and CRMs help recruit and retain agents. 40% of the broker respondents to the WAV Group study believed that CRMs help their recruiting and retention efforts. Standalone solutions work best. There were different solutions polled with whether they were enterprise solutions, corporate provided solutions, or a standalone solution that the brokerage had chosen on their own. Satisfaction with standalone solutions was highest because the agent adoption and productivity was higher, right? What good is a CRM system that none of the agents are using or will use? And that was some of the main key points about the reasons that brokerages are looking at CRM. Also part of the WAV Group CRM effectiveness study, again, this is polling brokers, talking to them about key benefits of CRM platforms for their agents. And as you can see from our little graph here, it's about strengthening relationships and getting organized and ensuring that the agents follow up and ultimately just growing their business overall. Their CRM helps agents become more productive, increase repeat and referral business, supports strong sales habits. It's just that organization, right? And as salespeople, we're not always that organized. It's not always our forte. So having a system in place that can help with all of these key pieces, with just that basic organization, is going to make the agent so much more successful. And of course, much less stressed out about trying to manage all of those floating pieces when there's a system in place that can bring it all into one and do things like remind them and send emails and allow them to track their business. So they've got, okay, what are the things I have to do for my 3 listings today? Here's all my tasks. Here's all my follow-ups. And the system does it for them. And the other questions, there were a number of different questions that brokers were asked as part of the WAV Group study. One of them was, how has the CRM that you offer helped your brokerage? The biggest answer was that it helped retain top talent. And it's the agents, in every brokerage, there's always going to be, those 1 or 2 agents, that little handful of agents that decide, I'm not doing the CRM thing. It doesn't work for me. I'm not doing it. And, they're probably not your top agents. As we saw with the Active Rain study, top agents are using systems that will help them run their business and take on more business. 60% of brokers polled said that it helped retain top talent. 39 said it increased the revenue of the brokerage overall. And it also, of course, helps recruit top talent. And that's really the 3 top things that we're talking about today is recruiting top talent, retaining top talent so that you're increasing the revenue back to the brokerage. Standalone CRM solutions, as we saw on my last slide, were preferred because there's a higher agent adoption and then, of course, return on investment. If you're paying for something, the agents aren't using it, it's not necessarily your best use of that brokerage revenue. Again, as part of the CRM satisfaction survey, just again highlighting why a CRM that's a standalone, or that is highlighting that a CRM that's a standalone solution was the top performer among brokers polled with this study. And there's CRMs included as part of an email marketing platform, CRMs included in online advertising, CRMs as part of a website package, but the standalone solutions, like IXACT Contact really, are the solutions that have um, they're not linked to something else. It's CRM is the main product. It's not, hey, here's a website and there's a lead management tool in the back end, or here's your social media marketing and here's a lead management tool in the background. A standalone solution is meant for agents to be able to manage all of their prospects, all of their online leads, if they're getting online leads, all of their past clients and referral sources, all in one place. It's not focused on just lead gen or just email marketing. It's an all-in-one standalone system. So if we look at the results of the WAV Group CRM effectiveness study, it suggests that the CRM is one of the most important tools for brokers of all size to invest in on behalf of their agents. And when CRM is leveraged effectively, it can positively impact the brokerage's ability to recruit, retain, and generate, bottom line, more profitability. And providing CRM to your agents creates a circle of leadership, direction, synergy, and impact, right? Your agents want to hear from you. How many of you, as the broker or recruiter or manager within your office, have agents ask you, what should I use to manage my business? What CRM should I get? My coach says I get a CRM. Which one? And they're looking for some direction on that. There's so many out there. So it's so important for us as leaders in the industry to find the right solution for the agents that you're working with and then be able to provide that to them for their success. Now, if the WAV Group data isn't enough, coaches like Tom Ferry, Buffini, and among others have to say is that all agents should have a CRM, but only 30% of agents have one. And only 21% of agents earn more than 100,000. Coincidence? Probably not, right? That's our rich agent, poor agent study again. And one of the consumer's biggest complaints about real estate is lack of communication. And if we just followed up, if the agents were just following up just a little bit more, if they felt like the agent didn't just complete the sale and disappear with their commission, if they felt like they, remember that less than 25% actually reached out to their agent again because they forgot their name, that's where the money is in that long-term follow-up. And over 80% of consumers love their agent, but it's actually, like I said, less than 25%. It's 12% that actually refer their agent or use them again. And again, it's back to they forgot your name. And of course, at the end of their career, the average agent just fades away. What do they do with their list? Smart agents keep that business in a place where it's so organized, they've built that rapport, and they can pass that along to another agent to help them in their business. So who are you? And who I'm referring to here is your agents. Who are your agents? And I'm going to highlight some data that's been put together by T360. T360 is, I think, the leading real estate consulting firm in North America today. They did some research on agents and put together these different personas for the different types of agents and how they run their business and how they prospect for their business. So, and what tools and skills and personality they need to be able to run their business in this way. So they've broken it down into 4 categories: the prospector and the converter on the left-hand side. They're your hard, cold lead calling, requires a certain skill set to do that online lead gen and cold calling and actually convert those leads into business. And on the right-hand side, the networker and marketer. These are the agents that are really working their relationships, their community. They're building an identity as someone who knows that particular niche, whether it's a neighborhood or a type of home or a style of selling. The networker and marketer are building rapport with a long-term audience, and they're doing that really well. And it's really almost comes down to a personality type. There's different key practices that on either side of the chart here that the networker and marketer have versus the prospector and converter. The networker and marketer are very different than the prospector and converter. They're networking, they're relationship building, they're involved in their community, they're sending messaging to a specific audience and building an identity and a brand. whereas the prospector and converter have awesome phone skills. They're appointment setting. They have the ability to take rejection and make cold calls and really drive their business through that type of lead. Um, they also have some money behind them, right? They're putting a lot into that marketing so that they're able to continually generate leads. You have a continuous source of leads to be able to run your business in this way. And of course, the networker and marketer, the CRM that's needed is very different. So different things needed on the prospector and marketer side. Again, a budget, advertising programs, lead gen, direct mail, conversion-oriented website, landing pages that are lead capture pages. Whereas the networker and marketer need that, online business card. They need a CRM that has an email marketing system that can help them capture and then nurture all of their leads, prospects, and long-term clients. So what does all this mean to CRM? What are these different personas mean to CRM? It means that the right CRM for the prospector and converter is the wrong CRM for the networker and marketer, and vice versa. T360 actually concluded through this study that about 5 to 10% of agents fall into the prospector and converter categories, and 90 to 95 fell onto that right-hand side with networkers and marketers. So think about what type of agents are you hiring? What type of agents are working with your brokerages? So many brokerages have invested big money in lead gen, CRM, and website solutions that drive a ton of leads to their agents, but only 5 to 10% of all agents are any good at working and closing those leads. So who are your agents? And what are you giving them what they need? So I'm going to move forward and ask you some questions. Do you already have a CRM partner for your brokerage? If you do, take a really good look at it. Is it the right one? And again, I'm asking, what kind of agents do you have? Do your agents use the CRM that you're offering? If they do use it, what's the adoption rate like? And if you have the right one, then get behind it. Do the training, the webinars, new custom content, top agent case studies. Pardon my noisy coworkers in the background. I apologize. We're all still working from home. Thank you. And of course, if you have the right one and you're standing behind it, you will get the agent uptake, right? If you don't feel like your adoption's great today, maybe it's just more training. Maybe it's more push from you as the broker to get behind that system and really show the agents and remind them why it's so important and that you're really backing it. And if you don't have a real estate CRM partner, find one. It's a great time to do that. I know the summer market's sort of up and down depending on where you're located at the moment, and the fall is gonna skyrocket just as much as the spring did. And your agents are always looking for ways to work on their business. They're looking for direction from you, and of course they want to have their best year yet. And just it would caution you to beware of the lead gen oriented CRMs. Again, they're often expensive. They're not really true CRMs. They tend to be more of a lead gen with a lead management tool. They don't provide the CRM that, as we just saw, 95% of agents actually need, and your adoption and usage and ROI may not be what you're hoping for it to be. So I'm going to segue over into IXACT Contact and why we're talking about this topic, why we feel it's so important for brokers to provide the right CRM, and how IXACT Contact works so that you all have a good picture of IXACT Contact if you are looking for a real estate CRM for your brokerage, or if you have one, but you feel like maybe it's time for a change. IXACT Contact is a robust real estate CRM, and we have versions for both teams and individuals. So if you have teams within the brokerage, they can work together in their account. It includes an email marketing platform and monthly email newsletter and responsive agent websites that look amazing. So it is an all-in-one solution. We even offer an automated social media marketing system that provides access to tier 1 content. It's news and magazine articles from top tier publications. And the publishing of those onto the agent's social media has a lead capture. So it can help generate leads from those difficult social media sources. And our concierge customer service gets the brokerage and the individual agents up and running quickly and easily. And our corporate program provides a recruiting CRM as well as all of the onboarding, training, and individual support, along with, of course, group pricing, depending on the size of your brokerage. There's so many different features included with IXACT Contact. As I've been talking about, things that will help automate some of the agents' challenges in their follow-up. Things like an intelligent keep in touch coach that can tell them exactly who to follow up with at the right time. That's the key, right? It's easy as salespeople. We know what's right in front of us today. Who are our clients? Okay, got to follow up with them. Who's my hot prospects? The people that said last week, call me next week. I know what to do with them. But what about those long-term leads? What about those prospects that said, yeah, we're getting married this fall and we're probably going to want to buy a house sometime next spring because we want to start a family right away. But those guys are at least 6 months out, maybe more. And as salespeople, you can kind of let them slip through the cracks. So it's so important to have systems in place that make sure that those people think of you when they are ready and that you are always thinking of them. It's not even a surprise when they phone you back because you know you've done such a great job through your systematized marketing. Um, so many other things that the system can do for you, including setting up a website if you don't have one. If individual agents are signing up, we do have a special offer for rookie agent. Their first 6 months are free. We really believe that having these key tools in place, especially from the start of their career, is so important to those new agents, that they have all of these great things in place, these best practices for their business, so that they're not 2, 3, 5 years in and realizing that they may have missed out on some business, on some good prospects, simply because they didn't have things organized in the right place. And of course, the list price here on the screen is just $39 a month. That's the individual agent price. For brokerages, we're able to do group pricing, site licenses, discounts, etc. So would love to chat with you if you're interested in more about that. The ways that IXACT Contact will help the agents is to get them, first and foremost, organized and managing their contact data. Most agents are not always doing a great job of that. Yeah, it's in my phone, it's in my email, but is it in a way that's organized so that if you had a hot new listing, could you send it to the right people? Are they sending out something that keeps them top of mind, like a monthly email newsletter, so that they're communicating and converting and nurturing more leads into clients? And do they have the ability to plan for success by setting goals and then tracking their performance towards those goals? All of these are key functions of the IXACT Contact solution. And of course, agents using the IXACT Contact system will be able to expand their business more quickly with lead management and automated marketing. And my last little pitch here is reasons that you should choose IXACT Contact as your corporate CRM partner. Again, if you've got a great CRM with your brokerage and you're just finding that agents aren't using it, find out why. Why aren't the agents using it? Do they not like it? Do they not like the cost because you're having to bill it back to them? Whatever the reason is, if there's something that you can fix it. Then use the solution if you really believe in it. If you don't have a good solution or you don't have one at all, I encourage you to start looking and start thinking about what those key solutions will look like. What kind of agents do I have? And what do they need? So that you have these key bullet points in place that will help the agents to build and grow their business. And IXACT Contact's brokerage program makes it easy for brokers to provide all of the agents with a world-class CRM and marketing solution, website, social media, all packaged in. And it's customizable. Implementation is easy. We can do customized content, branded sign up landing page, etc. We can even integrate it into your agent portal if you have somewhere that they're signing in for their other technologies. We provide training and onboarding support, not just at the brokerage level, but at the individual agent level. So every agent that signs up with IXACT Contact has our full support for their onboarding, making sure that they have everything they need to actually get into the system and start using it. And that, of course, helps drive the brokerage ROI at the base level. Pricing is at a level that any brokerage can afford. It's customized pricing depending on the size of your brokerage and the needs, depending on what services, what package you need. Does it have IDX on the websites? Does it have the social media rolled in? Are you going to use the full system? We even have brokerage partners that are focused on the website, and the CRM is sort of the extra, not our typical approach, but we can make it flexible and customized to what your brokerage is in need of. And our brokerage partners enjoy high agent adoption because we're providing that support. And because it's an in-house CRM, you're also going to be able to recruit and retain more agents because you're competitive with those brokerages that are providing that type of solution. So that's my overview today of this topic. Really happy that you were all able to join us. I see there might be something in the Q&A. Andrea, no, today was not, we talked about the specifics of the CRM, but in a 30-minute webinar, I simply don't have time to do a demo. If anyone would like to have a deeper dive into the CRM, please do reach out to me. I'm happy to schedule a one-on-one where we can actually walk through the entire CRM, answer all of your questions, and get more specific in the features of IXACT Contact and or our recruiting CRM, IXACT Recruiter. So again, thank you all so much for joining us. There is a little survey at the end of the webinar. Would love your feedback and input. We're always looking to update on new topics or for feedback on the current topic, and look forward to chatting with anyone who has an interest in learning more about IXACT Contact. Again, thank you so much and have a great afternoon.